So I'm Bev Brighton, I'm the Deputy Chief Exec for my CWA, and I'm joined by Kenny today, who has sought help for his harmful behaviours. So hi Kenny, and thank you so much for joining us today. I know it's not always been easy talking openly about something like this, so I appreciate you agreeing to answer a few questions. Right, first of all, let's think back to before you got the support you needed. Did you think there was an issue with domestic abuse in your relationship at that point?
I obviously knew there was, but I didn't acknowledge it, and neither did my partner or my ex-partner now. And so yeah, I needed to seek the help.
Yeah. Did anyone talk to you about your unhealthy behaviours?
Not as in detail as CWA, and not as much as like the probation officer, nothing like that. Never in depth like this before. So it just like used to brush it under the carpet. I know it sounds wrong, but we did. That's why it went on for so long. We were together 19 years, so it was a long, long time that until the course we didn't realise that we were doing anything wrong, really.
Okay. And before you got the support, did you think you were responsible for any of the issues within the domestic abuse within your relationship?
I did, but I also blamed my ex-partner for a lot of them until the course, and then I realised that mainly was just me.
Why do you think that you did blame your ex-partner and that you didn't think that you were solely responsible for that?
Because you don't want to admit the truth, and you're always looking for someone else to blame, just to justify your actions, if you like. You know, like if you become aggressive or violent, and you try to find why it's all right to do that.
Yeah. Did you think you could do anything about the issues with domestic abuse in your relationship?
At the time?
At the time, yeah.
No. Because what help we did get, it wasn't like really any help, if you know what I mean, because we weren't separated or anything like this time. We've been separated. The social services have been involved. You guys have been involved. And everyone in the family then found out. But before, we just kept it between ourselves. So we were both kind of trying to ride it.
Yeah. And what
happening?
What type of support did you get when you weren't trying to hide it anymore?
Well, when we were being open and honest, if you lie, you're not going to get anything out of it. You just got to be honest and open, even if it makes you look a bad person, because at least then you can. So yeah, I've had anger management issues, drug and alcohol issues, but I've had help with both of them from you guys. I haven't had alcohol issues; it's just called drug and alcohol. But and then I've had child support, parenting classes, and Change Grow Live, which is another drug support. But before, I just didn't get any of that help. And the groups were too big before. This has been like more beneficial to me because I've been able to get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
Because the groups aren't massive.
Yeah. So was that a barrier for you accessing support from services?
Yeah, because once you went to probation before, if you ever got in trouble before, if they seemed like you weren't high risk, they didn't really bother with you. Because at the time I wasn't being violent in front of them, obviously. It was more, yeah, so before, not even Jen couldn't get the help. So we were both glad to have gone through this and get the help.
Yeah. So you knew it was a problem and there were other services involved, but at the time, because it wasn't something for them to address for their agency, you didn't access help?
No, and until the course, I didn't realise the effect it had on the kids, because like the ACES project that we did, that hit home for me. So that was the one that made me realise that I have to change. I've got to do it, not just for my children or Jen, myself. So.
And how do you feel now that you've had the support that you need to address your behaviours?
It's much easier because you have tools to learn off you guys. Then you've got to put them into practice, which is the hardest thing, because you don't want any confrontation. You just want to like hide away, if you like. You don't want to face challenges, but then when you do and you use them, it actually works. Because you go and use cool down and you go and use your breathing, and then you come back and reassess and do. Yeah, it works. But if you just rage like you used to do and just let anybody answer anything or talk, then yeah, you're not getting anything out of being like that. You've got to be more forthcoming, like.
Yeah. So you've put in the hard work, made some really positive changes to your life. Why is it important for you now to share your story?
Because I just don't want lads going through the same thing, or girls, because it's both sides. It's just that they think that they need each other sometimes. You know what I mean? And they don't. They need to reassess that you have to have more respect for each other. And this is, on my point of view, like, it was a big thing learning more respect, because I'm a bit old school like my dad. Just go out and earn the money and then come home and expect. But it's not like that. Not when you learn. Like, so. Yeah, I just think that if they don't want to keep going round in circles like me, they need to do the course and put a lot. The more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And you just got to be honest with you guys. And if you're not, you can see straight through them anyway. But they won't get nothing out of it by lying to you. They have to be honest, and it's going to stop, hopefully, more domestic violence.
Okay, and thank you for that, Kenny. What are your hopes for the future?
Well, at the moment, we're just happy to be civil friends, and the family are brilliant at the moment. They come to see me, I go out with them, but we don't live together, so at the moment it's absolutely brilliant, and I just want it to carry on like this. I don't want any change, to be fair. I don't look at thinking getting back together would be a great idea because of the past that we've had, and I just think we could move on being friends, and the children will benefit a hell of a lot. So, which is the most important thing for me.
Mm-hmm. And finally, before we finish, is there anything that you want to say to people who are in your shoes, who might be feeling that there is a problem in their relationship, or that they've got a problem with their own behaviour?
I know at the start they're not going to accept it. They're not going to blame themselves, because everyone comes through that door thinking they've not done anything wrong. Why am I here? And they're not there for the right reasons. But when you've done a few weeks, they'll realise that it is them, and you need to. If they don't change the ways, they're going to go back in jail. They need to have a deterrent where they're not going to keep going backwards and forwards doing the same thing. So the only way is the course for me. There's no other help. I'm not saying it's easy, because it's not. Like, you do find it hard. I had a lot of ups and downs, but I was doing it for all the wrong reasons to start with, and then I just embraced it, if you like. Then I started helping others on the course, so I enjoyed that, because then that helped me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.